Hello, my name is Bill Cope and welcome to this very short introduction to CGScholar. CGScholar is a web application which does all the work of the learning management system. When I log in, what I first come to is an area in CGScholar called Community. And this happens to be a class that's studying the comedy of errors in a grade 8 school. And the initial format that one sees is a continuous scroll of all the activities that have been happening in this class. Let me take you into one. The teacher has made a post about analysing language here and asked the students to respond. And look, every student responds, something that's not possible in a normal class. The teacher has also asked the students to make a contribution to the class. So this particular student has done some initial theme tracking in the comedy of errors here. And down below, there are some students talking with them about the work that they've done. So this is the community app here, which kind of reproduces what would happen in a classroom. It can support either an in-person classroom, the infrastructure in which students work, or remotely. Makes no difference. Then the second area is what Google Docs does or what Microsoft Word does, except it does it differently. This is a highly organised place where students do extended pieces of work. So this student's doing a Shakespeare argumentative essay. And you see here that she's put in all sorts of images. You can put in videos, you can put in any electronic media that you want to. But the important thing is that on the right here, there's an assessment rubric. So she can see in terms of the standards, how she's going to be assessed for this essay. But then it goes out for peer review, where students look at each other's work. They give themselves a score on that particular analysis of language and the other criteria. And then when the results come back, what they first see is a summary. This is the overall scores that several students gave you, but then they're getting lots of feedback from other students before their work gets published into a portfolio. And then here, after they've taken on board the feedback, this is the finished work. It's a web page, in fact, and this goes into the student's portfolio. Now, what we're doing along the way is we're looking at everything these students are doing in another one of the Scholar apps called Analytics. So this is actually a view of the whole class. Every student has their own version of this visualization. And if you mouse over it, you can see exactly how the analytics is measuring you. You start off with 0 at the beginning, and the outside of the circle is what the teacher has defined as the learning objectives. That's 100. And these learning objectives are divided into knowledge, things you've demonstrated, you know, focus, which is the amount of work you've done, but also there's a collaboration measure, how much you've helped other people in giving them feedback and how much they've appreciated that feedback. Now, here we are. This is the end of one little unit of work about the comedy of errors. There have been 1,172 pieces of actionable feedback, backwards and forwards in this environment, on 147,000 data points. No teacher could ever deal with that amount of data. And what's happening is the software is building a view of student progress and an assessment view along the way. So just to finish off, in the bookstore area of Scholar, what we have is hundreds of learning modules which have been created in this interactive Scholar format. Here's the comedy of errors learning module, and you can see that it's got a 2-column format. This chunk of content on the left here is something that gets posted into the community when the teacher is ready. So what they've done is they've put in videos, they've put in text, and they've put in all sorts of activities which the students are to comment on in the activity stream. But also on this side, what we have is, learning objectives. This is kind of information for the teacher, if you like. This is the teacher version of the learning module. So this is an example of this kind of interactive learning format built in Scholar. So thanks for watching this short video. We want to particularly thank our supporters, the Institute of Educational Sciences, the National Science Foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and you can create an account at CGScholar, and if you do, my suggestion is go and join the New Learning community. This is an open community where we're always posting about the kind of innovation we're doing, or just email me at billcope.illinois.edu.